Hello again. Where marriages are concerned, I'm very much in favour of both parties being protected by law and having equal rights if things go wrong. This is the case, of course, with marriages in this country conducted in a register office and also with those which are held in churches. It is not the case with many Muslim marriages, though, and women can therefore find themselves heavily disadvantaged. Many marriages in Britain between Muslims are nikah contracts, which is a religious vow which makes their living together halal or permitted, but which has no legal validity at all. In other words, couples going through this form of marriage are not married at all in the eyes of the law in this country. They are viewed as merely cohabiting. This can make life quite difficult unless they also go through a civil wedding ceremony at a register office. Then too the husband may divorce the wife merely by making a unilateral statement to that effect and not even bothering going to court. The wife has to go through a Sharia court to obtain a divorce. This is the main work of Sharia courts in this country, for hearing matrimonial cases and deciding the conditions of the separation, both financial and those relating to the custody of any children. This is in itself unsatisfactory when all other divorces are going through the courts according to UK law. It's not a good thing to have a parallel legal system operating here. There are Jewish councils called Bet Din, but their operations are not really comparable to what Sharia courts are up to. There is another reason that such courts are undesirable, which is that although at the moment their chief concern is matrimonial causes, they are, according to Islam, able to do a damn sight more than that, and in fact pronounce upon every aspect of life and death. That they do not in general do so at the moment is no guarantee that they will not in the future take on a greater role in the lives of Muslims living here. Sharia courts can exercise a huge amount of power over Muslim communities, for their role is theoretically to convey God's will. And for most religious people, whether Muslims, Jews or Christians, God's will is far more important than man-made institutions and laws. If a Sharia court wishes, it can issue a fatwa. This happened last year in the case of a very ill child, and the alarming thing is that the High Court in London used that fatwa as a basis for its own judgment. I give a link to this case in the description to this video. What happens if a Sharia court in this country issued a fatwa like that used against Salman Rushdie? There is nothing in theory to prevent this happening. For my own part, I prefer to see just one system of laws in this country, that is to say the civil law, to which we are all of us subject. I can see Sharia courts becoming a bit of a problem in a few years as the Muslim population grows ever greater here.